Are you excited for some preseason football?
I am. Yeah.
I am too. I'm kind of jacked up.
So
it feels like the day before a real game.
So for all the things we can say about the fact that the quarterback battle is seen as the worst thing in the NFL, the worst quarterback room in the NFL, the idea that I don't definitively know who's going to win this thing brings me a bit of intrigue for this game.
I'm like really excited for tomorrow to the point where I'm blocking out my day. I've already blocked out even the post game. I'm making sure I got things to do in the morning before the game because I'm a human. But like once we go 1 o'clock on, and I might regret it, Nick. I might get to that spot at like 3:30 and be like, this is what did I waste my time doing this for? But I don't think I will. I think it's going to be awesome.
After last weekend, this one will be a absolute lazy weekend. And by lazy weekend, I mean I'll still do the stuff that we have to do. Like I don't mind yard work. I don't mind little stuff around the house. But like I had 3 things in 4 days last weekend. I had something Friday. Then we had the fair on Saturday, and then we obviously had Queens and Foos on Monday. I am tapped out. This is football for me this weekend, some guards ball, and that. If there's anything beyond that and lawn care, I'm not in it. I'm just not in it.
It sounds fun. Sounds fun to me. I'm so excited to see how these quarterbacks play. I don't know. I'm so excited to actually see football on our TV. Yeah, a little taste of it last night, but it just wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, like I hate the word intrigued because we use it, and I personally overuse it. I'm interested to see how the quarterbacks play. To me, it's the other guys. It's Denzel Boston. It's Casey Concepcion. It's the defense. Like it's every. And it's not that I'm not excited to see the quarterbacks. No,
You said you're not excited to see the quarterbacks?
I don't think I'm excited to see them specifically.
That's center stage. What are you talking about? We've talked for like 7 months about these quarterbacks. What are you talking about? There's no intrigue, or you said intrigue. There's interest. That's front and center for me is watching Deshaun Watson have the first half and then Shedeur Sanders have the third quarter.
We have to delineate, or at least separate the ideas of what excites me and what interests me. Quarterback falls under interests. Yep, interested to see how they look, but excite me, that's Quinshon Judkins. That's the offensive line. That is the rest of the team. That's even Todd Monken. What excites me is the idea of football and this actually being the next 2 preseason games being meaningful bits of football. That excites me. The quarterbacks, at least the way it's set up in this game, they merely interest me.
For me, the interesting part is exciting. Anything that's interesting to me is exciting to me. So it's gonna combo up in the same way. And the idea that Monken's putting added pressure on this. Monken seems to really care about these preseason games. If you believe the conversation he had with Nathan Zagura, and I do, this is exciting. This is something to really latch on to. I feel like we've just been talking about Shedeur versus Deshaun. The idea that we could have it maybe not settled in one game, but at least have more of an idea between the two, and we'll know more answers tomorrow, and we can actually dissect some things, and people can stop talking about last year for Shedeur as if 7 games are the only thing he's ever done in his life. I'm excited for that.
So what I think is interesting to me is, and Nathan made a really interesting kind of designation, and he's not the only person that works for the Browns that I've heard this from. But if you go up to the moment the ball is snapped, Deshaun has looked like the better quarterback, and if you go to after the ball has been snapped, Shedeur looks like the better quarterback. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because when I hear that, I'm like, well, give me the guy who looks good after the snap. We'll work on that other crap. Give me the guy with the playmaking. This is something where, because the Browns have, not every practice was open to the public, because we saw, 7 of the 8 practices that would have been open to the public, one of them got canceled. Because we only saw 7 of probably half of the practices, and we weren't there for OTAs, and we weren't there for mandatory minicamps, the Browns can get by on, you don't have the full context, right? And they still try and play that stuff. Once Deshaun hits the field and Shedeur hits the field, the context is, what do we see with our very own eyes? Like, it gets harder to deceive the general public and the media once these guys go out there, and that's where the interest comes from, because, again, no one will care. I don't say no one will care. Very few people are going to grasp, oh, Deshaun's cadence was really crap there, or Shedeur's cadence was a real problem there, we're going to be able to grasp touchdowns and completion percentages and things like that.
Yeah, and I'm interested to find out how quick after the game, depending which way it goes, whether or not fans are instantly like, it doesn't matter at all or everything matters a ton. But what we know going into this is that it seems like Monken is really weighting some of this stuff, and he really cares about how they look. And I'm just thinking about last year. That Panthers game was one of the more exciting parts of all of last season. That was a Panthers preseason game that Shedeur went off in, and that was one of the more exciting parts of combine the regular season and all of it, and it was a preseason game. Like, you got a chance to have some fireworks. You got a chance to have some excitable moments. I don't know. It doesn't mean that the whole entire everything, of course not. But it definitely means more than it does for, I don't know, the Chiefs preseason game.
Yeah, I think that's what's so interesting about this is, and that might be the word of the segment, interesting. This has insanely big implications for the Browns. And I don't, like, even last year, I didn't think they were going to be good. So when I was watching them in the preseason, I was there to see cool stuff, but I wasn't sitting there and my hopes and dreams for the season were riding on those preseason games the way they are here, where it is a pretty easily identifiable two-man quarterback battle. And where, you know, if Deshaun goes out there and looks caca, well, that kind of answers a question for a lot of people. If Deshaun goes out there and looks really good, that's going to answer a lot of questions for a lot of people. So in terms of consequence, I'm like struggling to think of a more consequential quarterback, a preseason opener in the Steelers in '99.
I mean, I don't know that one will exist.
Maybe it's the Cowboys.
I don't know that one will exist because the idea is that you have legitimately your quarterback competition hinging on what happens in these preseason games. If we believe what Monken is telling everybody right now, like, this is going to be a big deal. And so I don't know. I don't know how anyone doesn't get extremely excited about being able to watch this thing.
Now, I did fire off before our pre-show meeting. I did fire off what I would say is a pretty strong poll today.
Is that right?
Right. I'm very proud of this poll. All right. I've sent it to a couple people. I've shown a lot of people this poll.
It's okay.
Yeah. And I put it up at Nick Wilson says.
What is the poll?
But I was going to get there. At Nick Wilson says, and of course at Jay Peterlin on social media reactions on X, powered by Shedeur Jewelers.
Just at JP. I own all of it.
Cleveland's premier jewelry store. Is Deshaun Watson more likely to win the starting job tomorrow against the Bears or lose it? You guys can vote on it. It's only got 130,000 votes on there, so you still have time. Your vote matters.
Light work.
60% saying lose it. I'm a little surprised by that, given the Browns' pretty strong push to make everybody normalize the idea of Deshaun starting again and how good Deshaun's looked the last week, according to them.
Is that because 60% of people are living with the expectation that he's just going to stink tomorrow? Is that the idea?
I mean, I think that's probably my takeaway.
I mean, because that tells you that the numbers are suggesting more that people just are living in where my camp is, where if he shows any sense of, I don't know, respectability on the field, I'll be surprised.
It's weird because, again, even if you listen to Nathan this morning, and I want to give Nathan a lot of credit because Nathan is one of the true ball knowers in this town. He is the Browns analyst. I mean, you listen to him today, and he's talking about Deshaun's got that bounce back in his step. He's firing. You know, the arm looks as good as it's looked. He's looking healthy. He's looking confident. I don't think we realize just how disastrous it would be for the Browns if they've trumped up the last 7 days of practice as if it's the second coming of Deshaun Watson, and then he goes out there and looks like a slappy.
When the lights go on, he's a different player. This is the problem I've had with Deshaun the entire time he's been in a Browns uniform. Now, we've had off seasons where he didn't look good going into it, but we've had off seasons where he's looked good, and then all of a sudden the bright lights happen, and he's just a different player. And it's like I got to judge you on what I see when you're actually on the field. That has to matter. And that's why I like Monken, by the way, weighing this in such an important way. He knows the history of Deshaun Watson. He knows what happened that very first Browns game he ever played in Houston at NRG Stadium, where it was warm burner after warm burner after warm burner after we spent so much time being like, oh, he looks good. He looks real good. 700 days isn't going to matter at all. Like, it's important. What happens under the lights matter, even if it's a preseason game. And, that's always been Deshaun's story. This is huge.
It does, but what's interesting about it is I tend to believe that the middle answer is the correct answer here. So the reason why I didn't put like win it, lose it, or gain or lose no ground is I think it's most likely he looks functional, but that he doesn't knock your socks off. for a lot of people.
I could see that, sure.
So, like, I think that's the most likely outcome. There's going to be a couple plays that make you go, why the hell did you do that? There might be a couple plays that make you...
how extreme are those why the hell did you do it plays? I think that's going to factor into this. It's always in the conversation with Shedeur. It's got to be in the convo for Deshaun.
Conversely, there might be a couple wow plays. Like, I'm open to the idea that in the aggregate, though, we're talking an average performance. But if you really pushed me to say this, I can't help but feeling that every time I talk to somebody off the record, I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking to people with the Browns. I'm talking about like media members who've talked to the Browns, to a person, every single one of them has told me they are fully bought in on the idea that the Browns want Deshaun to win this job.
Right.
Which means I think it probably takes Deshaun less to steal the job this weekend than it would Shedeur Sanders between the practice and the preseason game next week to steal the job, quote unquote.
I agree with that. If we believe the idea that the Browns want Deshaun to win this, and it's not set up for Deshaun to win this, Shedeur can take it, but they want Deshaun to win this thing, then yeah, he's going to have to do less work than what Shedeur would have to do.
So I would actually be surprised if Deshaun lost it this weekend. That might surprise people because, again, you don't need to do this. I don't know why we're doing this. He's coming off a strong week of practice. We've got people pumping him up from the Browns side of things that don't need to do it. Nathan doesn't have to come out. He's not a member of the Browns Politburo. Like, yes, he works for the team, but Nathan's always been very honest with his opinion, so he doesn't have to pop Deshaun up here. He could just focus on the task at hand.
If he looks bad, I am curious to find out how quick they would be like that was just one bad game. And there's a reason why they have 3. There's a reason why
I'm
you can
assuming
give them
there will
time.
be a quick pivot. I'm assuming you can't be like, well, I guess it's Shedeur's job until you see Shedeur go do it this next weekend, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're establishing here, right? Like that idea of, and this is why it's beautifully set up in many ways, because you're going to give both quarterbacks a true crack at it, all things considered, and so you can see which one rises to the occasion and which one doesn't.